the pineal gland, the third eye, or the Ajna chakra. To understand this, let's just take a moment. Let's close our eyes and imagine that you, right now, are on the beach. In front of you there is the blue ocean. Under you, you can feel the sand under your feet. And you can see a beautiful orange sun setting in the beautiful blue ocean. Just stay with this visual for a moment. Open your eyes as I snap my fingers. Now, some of you must have imagined a scenery from a past memory. Some of you must have imagined a scene you've never been to, or has not come from any book you've seen or a visual you've seen online or on television. For some it could have been purely imaginary. For some it could have been a recollection of a memory. Now there are two things that you experienced when you had your eyes closed, which were aided by the pineal gland, or the third eye, or the Ajna chakra. Now, the pineal gland is a very simple organ, does only two things. One, it produces a chemical called melatonin. Melatonin is the chemical that calms you down, that maintains your circadian rhythm, that is your breath pattern, is your sleep pattern. So melatonin is a substance that's also secreted when you meditate or when you're calm and peaceful. That is one. The second is DMT. DMT is D-methyltryptamine, which is secreted by the pineal gland, which enables visions which are not a part of your reality or not something that has been stored in your memory data. These are visions that are beyond your five senses of experience. DMT molecule, or the spirit molecule, is taken by a whole lot of artists so that it enhances their, gives them visions of something beautiful and not in the real world, and they are able to put it on canvas. Now, the pineal gland does these two things. It's a very simple gland. Now, some of you must have imagined the scenery from a memory or something you have seen, or an idea that you have of what you have seen. There could be some among us who have the capability to imagine something which is completely not seen or anywhere. Something very imaginary, something that does not exist, like Nelson Mandela, for example. He envisioned South Africa without apartheid, which was unthinkable, about Gandhi, about Abraham Lincoln, revolutionaries of this kind, scientists like Einstein, statesmen, shamans, witch doctors, spiritual beings, clairvoyants. All of these people use what is called as DMT to produce these visions. To be able to get to a stage of secreting DMT, you need to pass through a stage of melatonin, deep sleep, or lucid dreaming stages. Now, these lucid dreaming stages really are not that prominent in our lives today because, unfortunately, significant impact of modern day living has ensured that this very vital gland is atrophied due to many reasons: physical factors, social conditions, environment, education, parenting, a whole lot of other conditionings that have ensured that we limit to see our world or experience the world only through our five senses and have just shut our mind's eye, which is our intuition, the deeper instinct that we carry that tells us yes, no, that crucial thing. It is something that we have just let die. We do not give significance to our senses shutting down completely when this can get active in awakened state. So this is the pineal gland, or this is the pea-sized gland right in our brains, between our head, located right under the mind or the brain, right in the center of this axis, the spine that goes down your body. Right there in the center of where your head meets your body is where the pineal gland is located. It's the size of a little pea pod. It's in the shape of a pine cone. This is a gland which it is not just a recent understanding or a discovery by modern science. This gland has been understood and used by a whole lot of different traditions in the past, by civilizations which had reached a huge epic proportions of understanding of life around, were civilizations which have understood the pineal gland. For example, the Egyptians during their prime of their civilization had a whole lot of hieroglyphic depictions of the pineal gland, or the third eye. They called it the eye of Horus or the eye of Ra. They also had symbolic representation of the pine cone in very critical work of theirs. It is said that they knew the secret of visions, of envisioning how something could be done, beyond what their understanding of their limited understanding was. The Vedic traditions or the Tantric traditions have revered it very highly, and it's very prominent in a part of all scriptures, Hindu scriptures, like mentioned as the third eye. The third eye prominently mentioned as of Shiva, mentioned in most Vedic traditions. Also, the very idea that even today women wear a bindu right at their forehead, signifying the concept that they can see inward. They need to look inward for the truth. Apart from this, there are many other traditions. Illuminati, for example, is also an organization which has given high prominence to this, symbolic prominence to the third eye or the pineal gland in their monoliths or in their visual logos. Also, the Pope, the Vatican, is very heavy with symbology of the pine cone, because one of the largest sculptures in the Vatican is in the shape of a pine cone. The staff that the Pope carries has a pine cone on top. The pineal gland has been known in the ancient traditions, and today we begin to realize the importance of this gland in the way we perceive reality. Unfortunately, modern day conditions has made this gland atrophied. It is in the shape, the composition of this gland is exactly the way the eye is made. The eye is filled with fluid-like substance, and it has pines and cones as the primary structure of the eye. It's a softest thing, squishy liquid inside. The pineal gland also similarly has the same structure. It is a pea-sized gland. It is filled with this liquid-like substance, and it has pines and cones inside it, just like the eye. It is also said, due to excessive consumption of fluoride in our water, in our toothpaste, in different toxins that we consume in our daily living, pollution, thoughts that really are excessive thinking, no pause or no proper sleep cycles, all of these things have had a bearing on the atrophying of this important organ. In this, children, for example, have perfect examples of how their pineal gland is working perfectly fine. They have clear visions, they have clear dreams. They do not have limitations in the way they perceive reality. They find the world filled with infinite possibilities. They are highly creative. They live in a different world, not in the world that we perceive. It is said that most of us perceive the world through our lens of perception, which are doctored by the programs we've been fed as we have grown up, through education, through social conditioning, through our awareness of our world around us, through science, through many other things. We have stopped using this gland, and we have the effect of underutilized pineal gland is the idea that we are unhappy, we are seeking something, we don't have a sense of peace and calm, we are not restful, we don't secrete enough melatonin in the system to get us to kind of just rest, be calm. We don't have deep sleeps enough so that we can lucid dream or see visions, clear visions, or envision things. We are always consumed by mental chatter and sensing our environment around us. We never really shut down our senses, get calm, and listen to our mind's eye, or envision or see from our mind's eye. In this workshop, we are going to do the following things. Number one, we are going to explore the pineal gland or the third eye or the Ajna chakra through different perspectives, through the Vedic perspectives, through ancient wisdom perspectives, through modern day scientific discoveries, through mystical traditions. New Age spiritualists, we are going to look at it from all these perspectives. We are going to also scan our own third eye or our energy center here and see how active it is or how dormant it is through some exercises and inquiry. We are also going to discuss means and methods of how we can, on a physical plane, get rid of, decalcify a pineal gland so that it is not atrophying but a functioning part of our system, of our biology. We are also going to activate this chakra through sacred geometry traditions by visual observation and through meditation of the flower of life. And then we are going to experience what it is to have our DMT released in a mind, in our eye, through shutting down one of our senses. And most importantly, at the end of the session, hopefully we are going to experience what it means to have an out-of-body experience of astral projection, of seeing yourself cross the barrier of time and space, being in the fourth dimension. We're going to do all of this in the workshop. How I recommend you be prepared for the workshop is by doing the following things. Number one, when you come here, wear comfortable and loose clothing, which will make it easy for you to be in a reclining, ease out into a meditative position. Number two, bring your yoga mat so you can have a comfortable space where you can just lie in your meditation. Number three, do not be preoccupied. Keep your work aside, switch off your mobile phones, and come with a very open mind. I look forward to this workshop, to having this workshop with you, and I hope to see you all soon. Namaste.